How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. It's early in the spring. We just got the garden planted, and I wanted to share this with you guys. We did have to get some more soil in the beds, and I'll tell you what I did, and maybe you can do the same thing. We went to Lowe's, and I got a buggy, and I went around and I picked up all the busted bags of potting soil, any kind of soil I can get, garden soil, potting soil, just anything, manure, whatever was busted. I threw them all in a big buggy and went up to the counter and said, hey, can I see a manager? Manager come out, and I said, I'd like to buy all these busted bags. I mean, there was some of them might have been only half full, but I didn't care. I just wanted all the bags and see if they give me a deal. And I'm telling you, they gave me an awesome deal on it, and we ended up filling our raised beds back up. As you know, we didn't put these in too long ago, and they sank down a good bit. So we got them pretty well filled back up, and we got some really good soil in there. So I wanted to share with you guys what I got done here and show you the setup that I have to plant my garden. And I'll tell you, we got some grape tomatoes out there. We got some strawberry plants out there growing. I'll tell you a little bit about what we planted. We have a lower bed right here. This bed towards the fence has some carrots. We put little grow carrots. Julie wanted to try them out and see how they grow, so we're going to do that. Then we got some banana peppers. Now they're called Goddess. They're called Goddess. That's all they say on them. And they're a sweet banana pepper. I'm not really crazy about a hot pepper. I don't mind a mild pepper, or a light, mild heat to it. But I didn't want to get something that I'm not going to eat. So we got some banana peppers there, sweet bananas. And then we got some candy onions. And I'll tell you, we went to the Amish country and they had them candy onions. I'm telling you, if you can get some of them candy onions, man, you fry them things up with some potatoes and they're so good. So we planted some onions in there with that. And then the bed that I'm setting on here has peppers in it. Now these are all a green bell pepper. We do like the bell peppers. We do a lot of cooking with the bell peppers, so we got a lot of them. And then I have a little round bed over here. I planted lettuce in it. Now last year I couldn't even get lettuce to come up last year. We had absolutely no lettuce at all, but this year we got the good soil in there. I don't think that the soil I mixed up when we first did the beds was really that great. So with the good soil in there now we're getting lettuce coming up. Then we got a round bed up in the corner there, got some zucchini in it. And then the bed just behind me over here is all of our tomatoes. Now, one thing I like to do with tomatoes is I like to kind of get different kinds of plants. So the first ones over here on this side over here, behind me on my right, is a beefsteak tomato. Now, those beefsteak tomatoes are a really meaty tomato, great for sandwiches, and they'll get pretty big. And they're a little bit later tomato than these ones over here. These are called a 4th of July tomato. And they're going to come up sooner. You're going to get tomatoes off of them before you get tomatoes off those beefsteaks. So that kind of gives us a longer period of time to have tomatoes to eat. Now, if you're canning them, you probably could get all the same kind because you want a lot at one time. I really don't want a lot at one time. I want mine to be kind of spread out. If we get extra tomatoes, we will bag them up and freeze them. We will blanch them and freeze them, put them in the freezer, and then cook with them later. So, and usually this garden here is more than we can eat ourselves. Now, in the far bed, now this is something I wanted to share with you guys because last year when we had the garden growing, I had planted cucumbers in that top bed up there. Well, those cucumbers actually grew so much that they took over the ground. The walkways was full of cucumbers. The bed was full of cucumbers. The little trellis I put up was full of cucumbers. And the cucumbers actually grew on the ground and up all of my tomato plants. So I had cucumbers everywhere. So what I figured I'd do is I got some of them cattle panels. They're a 16-foot by 4-foot cattle panel, and they're made from galvanized steel, and they're very heavy wire. So what we did was we took some U-nails and we nailed it to the upper edge of that bed, And then we put a board on the top of our tomatoes where we stake all of our tomatoes. we put that top board in there, and then we got up there and we U-nailed it down into there, and we wired all those panels together. So now what I'm hoping is we can train them cucumbers to grow from the back of there up over your head, right on top of the tomatoes. What's nice about that is now our cucumbers, we won't be stepping on the vines. All the cucumbers will be hanging from the top. You can reach up and pick your cucumbers from above your head instead of below your feet. And down below your feet, they hide in there. You can't find them. I don't know if you've ever been through your garden and you find this cucumber, it's that big, it kind of reminds you of a watermelon. Yeah, I found quite a few of them last year in there. But hopefully this year we can train them to go up there. We also put a row of candy onions in that bed up there also. So just trying to make use of every little spot in the little garden area, raised beds, because not a lot of room here, but we'll get a lot of veggies. So what we're going to do is about halfway through the year, we'll do another video on it and show you how it's going, and then we'll do another one at the end of the year. So I've been wanting a little rototiller here in the garden, something small, and I thought maybe a gas-powered one, but a company reached out to me and they had a little battery operated one, and they told me it would run off of a DeWalt 20-volt battery. And I said, you know what, I don't know how good it is, but I always tell them, listen, if you're going to send me something to review and it's junk, I'm going to review it as junk. But turns out this little guy, I'm telling you, it would till like nobody's business. It really done a nice job. Julie used it up here in the upper bed and she had no issues with it. It was pretty lightweight. The head had a little bit of weight to it, but you're not picking the head up unless you're moving it from bed to bed. So we used it in the beds. Unbelievable how long this little battery lasted
3 bars
inside this rototiller. I have still never charged it yet. We have tilled every single bed at least 3 times, and I guarantee you I could probably do them another 2 times with that little bit of battery that's left inside of that rototiller. So I'm going to be leaving a link in the description down below. If you got them raised beds and you need some type of little rototiller to chop them up, this is the best time to get it. It's definitely a good little rototiller. I don't think you'll have any trouble with it. Me and Julie both love this little rototiller, so it might be something you guys want to look into. So check out the link below. I think that's about it. Let me know how your garden's doing and what you think the year is going to be like. I'm hearing it might be a little wet this year, but we'll see. Time will tell. So I'd like to tell everyone, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Until next time.